BunnyPlaysHere talks about some stressors when you are living on the road. And Dee from Lady Bugout, yeah, she talks about healthcare while you're out there. All right, let's start with Dee, Lady Bugout. Now, Dee, she lives in her little van. She does it, I don't want to say full-time, but she's out there a lot. Anyway, Dee, she was at a gathering. She was out having a little good time, dancing around and stuff. This was a while ago. And she tripped over a rock, and when she fell down, she braced herself, and she hurt her wrist. And, yeah, that posed some problems when you're out there alone, living on the road.
At the time, I didn't know how badly, but in the morning it was very, very painful. And I had a friend who was there who happened to be a nurse, and she stabilized it, she wrapped it, and said it should be okay. But I was in so much pain that I was concerned and decided that I should go and get it looked at. So I drove about 30 minutes to an urgent care.
And sat there for hours like one does in urgent care. But yeah, so she has some tips about, one, staying healthy and what to do and where to go and how to be prepared. You know, little simple things like when you go somewhere and you're there for a couple of days, look around and get on the internet there and find out where all the doctor's offices, hospitals, police, fire, blah, 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 all that stuff is, so you are prepared and you're not trying to scramble when you're in pain or panicking or whatever. You already have an idea of where things are. So go over and check out Lady Bugout. I will leave a link below. Now let's talk about Bunny. Bunny Plays Here. Now, all right, her pops. That's right. They are Texas residents. But yeah, her dad, he got a van and he was building it all out. He was excited to take some little trips here and there and go do the van life thing. Not full time, but yeah, he was all into it. And Bunny was excited. And after the long wait, the van was finally finished and it was ready for its maiden voyage. So Bunny got in her van, Pops and them, they got in their van, and they went off on a little trip. Well, they didn't get far because somewhere in Arkansas, Pop's van started having some fits. Now, it is a diesel, and it was going crazy, and it was sputtering, and they limped it, and they nursed it to a nearby shop. Well, when they got to the shop, they had to unload all the stuff, and the loose things, all the stuff, into Bunny's van, and then they proceeded to drive back home while they waited for the shop to get time to go ahead and assess the damage. Now, once they were back home in good old Texas, they were waiting, and they finally got word that, yes, the engine was blown. So, yes, that's first thing when you buy these old used vehicles with lots of miles, you know, a couple 100,000 miles on a used vehicle, especially a van or a truck. You don't know how they were used and how many people and all that good stuff. You know, it could be just a little tinker around van, or it could have been a work van driven by several different people, several different ways, but that's neither here nor there. It's just something to think about when you guys are, oh, I want to do the van life. Oh, I found a cheap van. Well, remember, it might not be so cheap in the long run, because as we find out that, yes, it's going to cost far more to replace the engine than it would be to get a new van. It's just all the time, the labor and the planning, and the build was finally done. So now the trick is get the van from Arkansas to Texas. Okay, the logistics. Do you get it towed? If you have tow coverage. Well, that only covers a couple 100 miles. They were far over that. Now you got to call a transport company, all kinds of stuff. So Bunny goes over all that. So I will leave a link to her video as well. But it's very good stuff, and she goes through the whole thing. Pops did find a shuttle bus. Yeah, pretty cool shuttle bus. So now the thing is now he's got rows and rows of seats to get out of this little shuttle bus, and the van finally did get delivered after a whole bunch of stress and craziness. But so the van is there. So now it's time to take the solar and the batteries and all the stuff out of the van that can be used, insulation, everything, the whole kit and caboodle, and get those seats taken out of the shuttle bus, figure out what he wants to do, how he wants to do it, and what all he can use from the van build to put in the shuttle bus so they can once again hit the road and have some fun.
It's back. So this is now the end. It's going to be taken apart, and then all these things will be used on the new shuttle bus right over there.
Pretty interesting stuff. So if you want to, you can go over, and I highly suggest. Bunny's awesome. I just adore her. She's just the greatest person ever. She makes good videos, and yeah, this one was no exception. But yeah, there's a couple of videos. This little story I just told you, it encompasses a couple of different videos, so you can go over and check them all out if you want to, or you can just pick up from here. I got you kind of all caught up. Go watch her latest one where the van gets dropped off. They have the shuttle bus there, and you can continue on following the adventures of a bunny from BunnyPlaysHere and her pops and his build. So yeah, go over and check them out for sure. And remember, you don't have to agree with me on anything. That's never the point here. What is the point?
This is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.